Many people ask me, Ramez, how do you help organizations implement what you train their sales teams to do in your sales development programs? And how do you help us in justifying the ROI? So basically, this is a loaded question. I'm going to break it into two videos. In this video, we'll talk a little bit about how do we help teams implement the learnings, implement what they've learned in the training program. So first thing that we tell them is this is not a one approach fits all. This has to be a customized program based on each individual rep's needs. So we create an assessment where the representative, together with their managers, will identify the one or two skills, not more because you cannot change a lot at the same time, that are going to be most responsible to enhance and improve the results of that particular representative. So we teach them to ask themselves this question: if I can get better at blank, right, it will have the biggest impact on my results. So first is about identifying what is the one skill. So it might be, hey, if I can help my sales representative in building value, building the perceived value that the client has in their mind, then possibly I can get the customer to accept the price, I can get the customer to buy quicker and faster, and maybe give less discount. So really it's about building value, and the corresponding skill for that, of course, is what we call need analysis, which is the questioning. So once that is decided, we go to the second part. The second thing that needs to happen is identify the behavior that is corresponding to the skill. So if I want to improve on my questioning skills, in our sales dictionary that we work with our clients, we break down these questioning skill into observable behaviors. So am I using open-ended questions to identify the background of the customer's situation? Things a bit about Mr. Customer, tell me more about your business, your operation, tell me more about your competitors. So identifying the background, right? The trends and things like that. Second observable behavior is, have I used open-ended questions to identify what we call the pain or gains? So, Mr. Customer, like what the challenges are you currently facing today? What would you like to improve? If you had a magic wand, what would you like to improve? So these are questions that help, again, that in an open-ended manner. And then the third type of behavior we need to look at is what we call the clarifying the pain and gain. So that is translated into questions like asking questions that identify or explore the consequence, right? So things like, how will this affect your business? Or if you were able to save this amount of money, what would you do with that money? So again, helping customers clarify the possible pain and even the possible gain that they can get through that opportunity. Once we've identified these questions, the third element would be to help the delegates to have what we call accountability questions to ensure that they are utilizing or they are doing what they said they're going to do. So these accountability questions fall into two types. One is a yes or no question. So did you ask an open-ended question to identify the background of the customer? At the end of the day, the person would answer it yes or no. Did you ask pain or gain identification questions with your customer? Again, yes or no. Now, if you want to bring it up to the next level, is you ask a question that has a number to it. So for example, how many times did you ask amplification questions, or how many times did you clarify the pain or gain for the customer in order for them to see the need for your solution? The number of times is the answer, and that of course then helps in solidifying the mind of the representative the frequency by which they are currently utilizing that behavior. Now what's very important is that this behavior is actually tracked in a visual spreadsheet. Now, some individuals use an Excel sheet similar to what you will see over here. It's a simple question, 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 and then every single day a check mark for yes and let's say an X for no. That's basically it. Or a number for the number of times. Some other individuals will use our application that helps in the accountability, which ensures that the individual can see every single day on the go how they are progressing and keep them motivated to really make things happen. Many people ask me, Ramez, do I really have to make it a daily question? Why can't I make it a weekly question or maybe a monthly question to see, how things are going? Well, basically, if you really are serious about behavioral change, about changing your behavior, there's got to be a little bit more to it than once in a while. Actually, the book Triggers by Marshall Goldsmith talks about research that he's conducted where behavioral economists call daily questions commitment devices. They actually push us to focus on a specific daily action. They motivate us to actually achieve it, and the best thing of it all is it actually breaks down the behavior into small manageable chunks that keep us focused on the results. Daily questions remind us that unless we focus on something, it doesn't get better by itself. And if we can break down the behavior and discipline ourselves to apply it daily, then that's how we're going to build lasting habits. That's the benefit of these daily questions. So when we combine 1, 2, and 3, you can see how there is a driving force that will drive these sales representatives together with their managers as they're able to observe and track the behavior, thus the results will follow. A lot of time they say that in order for us to get a different result, you must change the actions. And these type of questions where we get to learn this new discipline, this new behavior is changing the action, which is changing the results. And that's more in terms of developing the how a person is performing, not just what are they performing. In other words, are they getting the sales results? However, now are they getting the results using this developed approach that we have spent time developing? In next week's video, I will explain to you a bit more about how to measure your ROI and even you as a sales representative, how to make you a superstar in terms of helping you share your success stories with your leadership team to help you achieve the goals that you want to achieve. Until next week, sell more, sell faster, and profitably.